take this off.
How you doing, Susie?
I'm doing good. I'm just getting hot here. Do I start now?
I think
know
he
we're
comes back and gives you the
live.
thumbs up, I
Okay.
think.
Make sure the YouTube all works
And I'm
Now
very
everyone's
bright.
just watching us be confused. That's all.
Okay, all set. YouTube is all ready to go. Again, just say my name if you need me and I'll come back.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL 30A, Section 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Northborough Community Affairs Committee will be conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance by members of the public will be permitted. So we'll do a roll call. Susie Sislicka here. Pam
here.
here. Beth Payne,
Here.
Rebecca,
Here.
Jess,
Here.
Lisa.
Here.
And we are missing 2 members tonight who couldn't make it. Okay, first on our agenda tonight, thank you, ladies. I'm now the chair of the Northborough Community Affairs Committee. So bear with me as I run this meeting.
Bravo.
I believe the first thing that we're going to do is the approval of minutes for January 2021. I have like Siri's talking here. Would someone like to make a motion? Did everyone get a chance to review the minutes?
I'll give
I'll
a
make a
motion.
motion. Oh. I'll second Beth's motion.
Pam,
Yes.
are we all unanimous? You want to show hands?
Oh,
Unanimous to
aye.
accept them? Okay. And did everyone get a chance to review the financial report sent out by Jess today?
yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Motion?
I'll second her motion.
Okay. Accept?
Accept.
All right. So we do need 1 member right now. I will be posting the public post on our Facebook page, and of course, ask anybody if they would be interested in joining the committee that plans fun in town. There's an application process. I believe you have to turn in a resume, and then they have an interview with Board of Selectmen and probably myself. So nothing too grueling. We've all been through it. And I will say we do need to complete our training for the town in the next couple of weeks.
Susie,
Next
can I
is
ask
the-
a question? Was that
Sure.
sent via text or email by Lisa? I was looking for
email.
it, but I couldn't find it.
I have it in
The
my
training?
email. I can forward it.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
that'd be
email.
great. Thank you, Beth.
I think it came from Diane from the town. from
Oh,
town
I was
hall.
probably searching the wrong thing.
And I
Okay.
think Lisa forwarded it, but it was originally from Diane. It's just, I think it's like committee members training or something it was titled.
Yeah, I'll forward it. Does everybody need it or?
I'm good.
Okay.
Forward to,
But you could
yeah.
just forward it to them.
Yes. Do
I'll
we
just send it to the
renew
group.
that?
then.
I thought me and you need to renew. Right?
I think I did it last year too, because we were on a different term, and I did it because I do it for the city of Marlborough too, but I did it anyway.
Oh,
I think I'm
okay.
like triple checked, but
You're set. Okay.
I think our term is coming up. We have to renew.
Right.
Or
Well,
Yeah.
I
we-
did mine
Yeah.
last year, but it did say that for this one, we had to do this one this year.
I think it's 2
Okay.
things. It's the,
Okay.
there's a
And
certificate and a link or a quiz.
And I think that there is an automatic reappointment maybe for our committee. I'm not sure, but they asked me for your reviews. So I submitted reviews on both of you.
Oh,
Great.
oh.
And
So-
then they'll just vote on it at the Board of Selectmen meeting.
Tune in.
Ooh,
Tune in.
okay.
Tune in.
Every other Monday. So February Senior Center event report. I know that this stuff was handed out today. Did anyone speak to the Senior Center or have any input on their Valentine's event?
That happened, that was today.
It was today. Yeah. I'll check
Okay.
with her tomorrow and I'll let you know what she said and how it went.
It was
Great.
cute. We decorated
Bags looked
some bags.
adorable.
Yeah, I thought that was it was a good idea.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Okay, and now to the March Madness restaurant event. Lisa was kind enough to put together some ideas, and I'll have her explain them. And we do from our Board of Selectmen, Scott Rogers, liaison, did give us the list of the restaurants in town, so we have them to be able to approach them. I think a form email or a call would be great. But Lisa, I'll let you take over now on this
All right.
portion.
So yeah, what I sent everybody is I went through the restaurant list that Lisa sent originally, and I think there were hold on, let me pull it up. So I went through and there were definitely some like chains on there, and not that I'm against the chains, because obviously like a Dunkin' Donuts is owned by a franchisee and that sort of thing. But they had like the Econo Lodge listed on there. And so no one's going to go really eat there, I don't think. So I knocked it down, and I think it came out to, what was it, 33 restaurants. So I figured at least if we worked around with, if we were going to do this bracket thing, working with a series of 30 restaurants as like the widest base would work. If someone magically went to all of them, that's not a big deal. But I figured that way it wouldn't be ridiculously large. So then I just went to a free bracket creator and put it in 2 different ways just to see what it would look like and what it would be. But then I was kind of thinking, and we can definitely talk about this more. I mean, we love the idea of the brackets thing. I know I should be sharing my screen right now.
Oh, that's it. No, that's okay.
This is
Keep
important.
talking. It's very simple.
Yeah,
Simple
very
thing.
super simple. I made it into a PDF. That's really my area of expertise right now. So yeah, so we could do it a couple different ways. I think, what did we talk about last month? We talked about if we make it into almost a bracket, they could fill it in themselves. And that kind of goes along with the same idea as March Madness. So the timing is right with March. But my main concern with doing it like a bracket, and this is where we can talk about it, is I'm worried that however I mean, literally people can just fill this in. And all we're looking for is some sort of proof that they did indeed visit this restaurant, whether it's, you can literally, I think they could take a copy of their credit card receipt and black out everything but the date and like Monty's $25 charge. And I think that's enough evidence that they did it. So I would like to be able to prove that they went that number of times. But besides that, do we need to do it in a bracket? Is the whole idea of like a color and chart, like the same idea, everybody's a winner and you can go to Northborough House 5 times and that's the same as going to 5 different restaurants. Like what's going to be the easiest way to keep everybody happy, but still make this into some sort of contest or something where we generate revenue for the restaurants or get more people to just kind of eat out for that amount of time, right? Because that's really what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
then are we taking and another thing on the bracket that Lisa and I had discussed is, are we taking the winner who ends up at the end and are we buying the gift card for the winners there when they've gotten a lot of business and maybe one of the restaurants that hasn't been visited as much might need. So that was like another option or another thing we were thinking of. And who's the bracket holder? Are we the bracket holder?
I know. I was just
Or
thinking of that.
or the individuals?
Well, and I feel like I like the bracket idea, but thinking more about it, it's almost like you're competing restaurants against each other, almost like, oh, this one slides in now.
Yeah.
If people are thinking of it truly like a bracket, maybe the color coding idea, or just fill in your restaurant. I don't know, maybe it's like a bingo card, fill it in or something, you know?
But
And I also think with the bracket, I love it, you know, the whole March Madness that I said at the last meeting, but I also think people may get confused by this. People who have never done a bracket, you know, not everyone's done a bracket for March Madness. I'm sure there are plenty of people who haven't. So I think we might there's a possibility we might get a lot of questions, and I really think we should keep this as simple as possible.
So
So I
that's
don't
how I came up with the fill in the letters. Like, what did I say? Like support local North.
I like that.
I don't know if you can see it
Simple,
there.
simple. I
I
love the
love that.
simplicity of that.
So, and that's literally that's like 32 letters, and then
Right.
everybody can fill it in. That's the only font that I could find easily that was empty to color in. So it doesn't have to look like that, but I figured that way anybody could color it in. It's super easy to keep track of it. And then all they have to do is staple, or honestly, like just scan it and email it to us. And if you go and visit 32 times and it's Northborough House 32 times, that's fine. But then it's each one is colored in.
Mhm.
So then it
What-
doesn't matter if they do different ones or the same one or whatever.
So how does it work? You just color in a bubble every time
Yes.
you eat at a restaurant in town?
Yeah. So it's
So it-
basically a letter. Color
Okay.
in a letter for each one.
Okay.
And so it's
Is
yeah.
the bubble one different than the letter? Are these like
Kind
Oh,
of
three different options, or do they
Yeah.
go together?
It's like an
They're just different
inspiration idea,
ideas.
Different ideas.
Okay,
Like
that we
people
would
when they're,
pick.
like paying off debt, they can fill in a bubble, or like there's like different super easy ways to track things.
Oh,
Either-
okay.
Either
Just-
you're fundraising.
So that's that one, right?
Yeah, so it's more of like an
Mhm.
inspiration idea. We don't
Okay.
have to do the letters. We could totally do the bubbles, or we could do those little houses and pretend they're little restaurants in Northborough. We could even like this would this all takes time, but like dump like a super simple map of Northborough and just dot little buildings for restaurants around it. I just figured letters were super easy. It didn't
Yeah.
have to be too designy, but it still got the point across. But no, the bubbles were more like an inspiration of something that's easier than a bracket, easier to explain. And it's almost like a tracker. Like people do that, use that for like weight loss, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So that's why I think I wrote like inspiration behind those or something like that.
I like the support local Northborough.
Yeah, I do
restaurants.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Maybe we could make like, okay, sorry, you know, we stickers and pins and whatever, but maybe we could print that saying and put, because we had talked about this, maybe that like saying and logo or something, we could print like little, I don't know, laminated sheets or whatever, and they could hang them in their restaurants or put them at their register, something, so that it shows that they're the participating ones. Although, I mean, we'll still have it on the website and on our, but just
Right.
another-
To remind people when they go in. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
And I don't know if there's a way to take like the CAC logo or do something like that. I figured this was the easiest way to execute it because I'm not a designer, but if we wanted to make it designy and we could turn it into something like that, but we could
Right.
literally turn letters around in like a day. But yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Just print it out and like put it on at the restaurant. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So do we
we all
reach out to
agree-
all of the restaurants? I mean, are we going to reach out to all the restaurants on the list or pick and choose?
I mean, the best part about this is because we are funding the gift certificate ourselves, we want them to obviously know that we're doing it, but we don't need anything from them necessarily. So it's not like we have to collect baskets and keep asking them what they can provide. If they want to, that's fine. But
Right.
it kind of takes that whole fundraising, collecting timeline out of it, right? But I don't know. I obviously don't want to do it in a bubble, but it could be
We
super.
could do it kind of like like we're gonna put you on this list and here's a flyer that you can hang in your window or by the register. If you don't want to participate, let us know.
Yeah,
And like, we don't need anything from you, but we're just gonna ask people for proof of purchase from your place and kind of go from there.
But
Would
we
we-
would need their approval in order to put them on, like, we're going to put it on like a master list, like you
Yeah.
have, Lisa. Yeah.
We need their approval. I mean, people are just gonna go there anyways. It's not like we're asking for anything special. They're just gonna sell another, sandwich.
Well, in order
And
to.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be like, we don't need your approval, but we don't
Right.
really, right? 'Cause
so
I don't-
how is the contacting them going to happen? Is it through email?
We could start with that if
Just
that's.
going in.
Mhm.
I mean, we could just, I mean, I don't know how you feel about going in, but if we want to split up the list,
Yeah, that
and then
could be
we can
enough.
all like take one of the laminated things to put in their window
Mhm.
and just send back, went here, 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 and they all, we're excited because that's what we want, hopefully.
Right.
And then what's the final, so the people who participate, they show us the proof of purchase, they color in the sheet, and then once we get their colored in sheet, they get put like in a
Fine,
bucket, right?
Yeah,
And then what is our end prize? Do we decide that yet?
I think a gift card to a local restaurant.
Okay.
And we were thinking that again, we could take the participating restaurants and we could put them in another bucket and just draw,
Oh, that's a good
so
idea.
it's not like
Right.
like the most popular, because that's a whole other thing that we have to
Yeah.
keep track of, and so
And I was gonna say, maybe the one that got the least should get the gift certificate, you know what I mean?
Aw, yeah.
I guess we could also break it up too, depending on what amount we decide on. We can do 3 gift certificates, like if it's 3 different meals, we could do 3
Yeah.
different restaurants.
It would be kind of cool to do like a Facebook Live or something, like when you draw the winners and the restaurant winners. So people know it's like legit, but it also might get people more interested at the end.
Mhm.
The
right.
restaurants would probably really like that too.
Susie, as new chair, you can do that.
From my first grade classroom in here.
Get the little bingo basket.
Yep.
Yes.
You can make one, Lisa.
Lever.
Who wants a candy cane lever?
Put them in my air popper popcorn machine, the little pieces of paper, and the first one to shoot out. We have a winner.
I like it.
So how many restaurants should, like, what are people turning in? Are they turning in, because 32 is a lot of restaurants to hit, like,
Do you want like
you
a
know,
Yeah, in a month, that's eating out every single day. And
Right.
right. So how many do we want to say, like, you can enter in for every 5 or 10, or what do we want to do?
Well, so I guess it depends on how long we run this for. And then we can kind of figure out the number based on, like, because does that make sense? Because I mean, the
Mhm.
longer we run this, the more realistic opportunities we have for people to go to restaurants.
Right.
Are we thinking the month of March Madness, or,
Yeah.
Around. Yeah.
and then the winners announced like the first week in April.
Yeah.
So they have the full month, like is March a long month? I don't even know. I have to
Very
think
long.
of that
I
song.
feel like it's a very
Pretty
long
long.
month.
March is a very long month.
Okay, so that's good for.
There's
this
like no
week.
days off from
Yeah.
school.
The March 5th, the kids have off, by the way.
Is a full month going to be kind of like too long? Are people going to forget about this and be like, oh, that thing, we did it for a week and now it's 2 weeks later and I forgot?
I think if we keep up the promotions on it, and maybe there's,
A week might be
Maybe-
too short though,
Sorry.
too. Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No. I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could do some like fun thing in the middle of the month to like reinvigorate it a little. I don't really know what, but
Well, can we just keep popping up reminders? Like on
maybe-
Newsfeed
and
and
maybe
stuff?
there's a Facebook Live we could do at our next meet. I don't know, like after our next
Like
meeting.
a mini draw or
or-
something, like a mystery shopper almost. You went to Little Ends Market. Congratulations, you get a special bonus prize.
Well,
Or just standing
actually,
out there.
that's a good, like, what if we encourage people when they're going to like take pictures, like
Oh,
through social media, like when you go, make sure you take a picture and post it like we did for town cleanup. That day, we were like encouraging people to put them on our Facebook page.
It's a good
yeah.
idea. Like, where in Northborough are you eating or something, and like tag themselves.
Yeah,
What's your favorite?
it could become like a thing.
Like, what's your favorite hidden gem like meal? What's something that no one thought you could get in Northborough and it's great or whatever, something like that.
Right,
Or your favorite,
And
your
we
favorite
do-
Northborough dish, right?
right.
You can
And
tag
we
that.
needed enough of time to be able to advertise for them too.
Mhm.
Right.
Because even if I'm
Oh,
doing
right.
them like a day, 1 a day.
Yeah.
But maybe 2 a day or whatever
Right,
too.
right. Well, right.
So I mean, let's look at that, because that list.
Yeah, we should look at the, yeah. So Lisa, so the blue is, like, those are,
Yeah, I think those were the chains. Hold on one
I
sec.
think the green's chain.
Or
and then the
closed.
Blue looks like close,
Blue
yeah.
might be temporarily closed, or it's like, like the lot, yeah. It's like the
Okay.
American Legion. I mean, they technically have a restaurant license, but does anyone go eat at the American Legion if you're not there for an event? I mean,
So-
tell me, maybe I miss that, yeah, but it's
No,
more
I don't think so. I
like
don't,
more, yeah, like Tavern on the Square is temporarily closed.
Yeah.
We is
Right.
temporarily closed.
yeah,
Miller Farms, I'm pretty sure, except for that
yeah.
Valentine's thing was closed. No one's going to eat at the senior center right now. So yeah, I
Right.
don't think, like Juniper Hills, I don't think
Right,
I don't
no.
think the restaurant's open right now.
In
And then, yeah,
terms of the chain restaurants, I wonder if Muya should be moved over just because they only have 2 locations and they're a Northborough family that own them and
Yeah.
they do a lot.
I wasn't really taking, I don't mean to
I don't know.
exclude the
No,
chain.
I know. No,
Yeah.
I was just, it's up for debate. I don't know, but I just know they could be perceived as either, I think, category.
I think we can keep the chains supported. That's the thing. I color coded both of them, but the
Oh,
chains
you're
were-
saying we should do the chains too?
Yes, it was more
Oh,
when I was
okay.
figuring out, like, if we were gonna do the brackets, I wanted to figure out a numbered start. And so I kind of started to pull out things that wouldn't necessarily make sense. I fully support the chains because you're right. They're owned by families half the time. They're,
Got it.
franchisees, that sort of thing. So I didn't mean to discount them.
Oh, no, I
Just kind of set them to
misunderstood.
the side for a minute.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, but then looking at the rest of the list, I did notice that Indian restaurant up by Wegmans isn't on this list. But again, I kind of put it to like roughly 30 something. So the number doesn't really matter that much.
What about, I don't think it's on here unless I missed it, special, oh, no, never mind, it is on there. I didn't go down far enough, forget it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because exactly, like specialties needs. a
Yeah.
lot of extra help.
Right, a little bit of love, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's agro? I'm just curious. What's
Yeah,
agro dulce?
That's that like coffee shop that's on the
Oh, with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
to Giuseppe's or something?
On the water,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where did I stick that one? So yeah, and then
Well, and
there's-
if we're doing the letters, it doesn't matter how many restaurants we,
no,
like, we could do all of them.
yeah,
right,
and
it's
that's
just-
why I
yeah.
even stuck some hearts underneath there. People could color in hearts. They could, yeah. It's open.
Shamrocks.
Yeah, exactly. Anything like
But
that.
if we put our like white and black logo underneath there
that is.
They can
Mhm.
throw that in. Yeah.
with like burgers, no, I'm just kidding.
Because honestly, if somebody
As the burger.
if someone goes to Dunkin' Donuts every single morning, they could and if they had a receipt every single time, they could be entered 30 times and be one of the top, people. If you go to Nikki D's every morning and get coffee.
So
They
we'll
can receipt?
do one entry per receipt then,
Yes.
per purchase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Per visit, purchase. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if we literally see somebody who buys 4 coffees in the same day and checks out 4 different times, then we can be like, okay, buddy, maybe this is, you really want this gift card. Okay.
Right.
I don't see, maybe I'm the new, I'm forgetting that I'm blanking. It's like my favorite coffee place right now. The
Oh,
new
Arrow?
Yes, Arrow. I don't see
You're
Arrow.
right. I don't think you're right. And it's funny because I didn't even think about that.
So the list from the town might be a little old since Arrow and the new Indian place, okay, isn't
Yeah.
on there.
Okay. So yeah.
So we should all think if there's anybody else that's open maybe within the year.
Okay.
That we can think of, but
I mean, does Wegmans even technically count on this? If you went to the, if you went to the restaurant portion of Wegmans, could someone submit?
I think that might be too confusing.
Yeah.
Wegmans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Subway inside Walmart's different because that's like,
Yeah. Like if
Yeah.
there's a Subway inside Wegmans, then you could be like, oh, we went to Subway.
Right.
Wegmans.
Yeah.
Is that McDonald's in front of Walmart technically not Northborough?
It must not be because
It's not on there.
no, you're right. Because well, do you know when you drive up and you see the line is right up
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
literally must cut through the Walmart parking lot. Because I didn't think that Walmart was in Northborough, but the Subway is at least.
Yeah,
Because, but
McDonald's
that
is in
isn't the,
Westboro.
but
Or
isn't
she's
Casa
Northborough.
Vallarta after that? And that is in Northborough?
I think
Yeah.
it's like the line is a little.
That's so
like-
weird.
It's a squiggly line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Westboro.
Because I think she pulled this. This is off of like actual like licensing.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess like McDonald's is not in there. Can't think of everything else. Nothing else really seems to be
Missing.
missing aside from Arrow and that Indian place. I can't remember the name of it. So yeah. So I guess it's just and then we have to think about I don't mind collecting these and literally counting the receipts. I mean, if it's ridiculous the amount I get, I might make an SOS call for help, but I don't mind processing them at the end of the month. So it's just a matter of them either. I don't do they need to have a physical drop off place if they can't email them? How are they going to submit them?
Right. So
That
we
would
could
be
have
the
a physical place, and then we could use our community affairs email so that nobody's email is like overrun. Because we don't get a lot of emails there right now. So we could use that. The receipts will be coming in and then be able to count. Do you want to do the drop? Would you have like a bin in your driveway then, Lisa? Do
I
you
could,
want?
yeah, there's actually a mailbox right at the base, and I could just put a little drop box right next to the mailbox. We have like the neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine. And then I can just check it every day.
Or we could do a couple like we did for the trash.
Yeah.
The trash bag.
Sides of- two sides of town.
Yeah.
And then
I
if they can like scan and email it too, hopefully we'll get a lot that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want
Your way.
someone on the other side of town, I'm happy to be the other side of town Dropbox.
Okay, thanks. You can put it right next to your cute little library.
Good idea.
Your
Take
way
a buck,
on our
please take a buck.
Is there a way on our website that we could have like a submit button to like submit there? Or is that
Oh,
easy to do?
I have not received those lessons yet, so I will get
Okay.
back to you on
That might
that.
be easier just to like submit receipts,
Yeah,
submit their sheet right on the website.
I know. I wonder if there's a,
Well, you can,
I'm
like,
sure.
if you create a Google form, maybe.
Oh,
that they
Yeah, I
fill
was
out,
just
Yeah.
thinking about a
Upload.
Google form.
mhm.
Yeah, you can like attach photos or upload pictures like onto that
Oh,
doc.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
do for art
Mm,
class.
yeah.
So maybe we should we do a Google form for all the online? Because then we could put it on the website.
I think that's good because then
put
it's
it
like
on,
contestant's name and
okay.
they could even wait maybe until like later in the month and do it all on one form.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would really suggest is like gather them all month and then submit them between like
Right.
March 30th and April 5th or something like that. And then we could announce the winner like a week after that.
That's a good idea.
I would be the person that would get one coffee and submit it. And get another coffee the next day. Submit. Throw it out. Be happy. I'm not entering the contest.
Right. And that's exactly what I don't want to deal with is 45 submissions. From one person.
Coffee and a donut.
Right. Coffee, donut, 2 separate submissions. My child's donut. Okay.
Okay, great. So we'll work on
I
the
have
Google
one
form.
I have one more question about the list. Should Main Street Pastry be on here or no? Because it's not a restaurant. Like, I'm just thinking because
Well, she must have a license of some, because I mean, I think she's probably, well, oh, wait,
Beyond Nutrition technically isn't a restaurant. so-
Yeah, I feel like
So-
she should be
the
because
other
it's
coffee shop isn't on here either.
Oh, in and
It is,
in-houses.
In-houses.
It's
Yeah.
on here.
okay. Then yeah, I feel like if,
She
Yeah.
should, I think she should because it, you know,
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can eat it as soon
Right.
as
It's
you
not
leave.
technically just
Yeah.
like a small business. It's
it's a bakery. It's
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
okay, thanks for pointing that out.
Is someone good with Google Forms setting them up? Because I never have yet. Anyone?
not I supply.
I can create one. I just I know that when we've done it for school, it's if they close it out, they lose. I'll look into it. I'll play around with it. It can get a little bit tricky, but I can ask some of the tech people at school if they know of like an easier way that might be we could do it. Like even if we did like I don't know if Survey Monkey or something.
I know, I was
As a way
trying to
that you
think of
can
Sign
upload.
Up Genius. You could do it with, if there's an upload feature, like,
Yeah, I'll look into it, the Google form thing, because I've made them before. And you can do more than one response per person. So I'll play around with it and I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll draft an email to the people, to the restaurants, and then
I
I'll
think you
send it out
did.
for everyone to look.
Okay.
Did I
I
already?
think you did, yeah. It's in our notes. It's in our shared
in
notes.
our notes?
Yeah,
I'm so,
Oh, yes.
there we
yes,
go.
we all saw,
Did
yeah.
I? Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Well, I'll send that link out
We
again.
Send that to you.
I have so many shared notes here.
And
Right.
then do you want to split up? Should we split up like offline, like just through,
Yeah.
the restaurants? Okay.
We can do them by areas, I think. And then we can just go like right down.
We just
Trying
have
to think if there was one more.
like a bullet point, like something with like 5 bullet points that we can just leave behind when we visit them, right? And says like, this is what
Mhm.
it's gonna be.
Another one
Right.
that's not on here is Yamas.
I think it is.
It's up on top.
There were 2 different licensing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking alphabetical.
Yeah, and it's alphabetical twice. Like, because it's Yama, and then it's
Okay.
Negro Dolce.
And now I think like them, I don't think you can't go in there right now. So that would be one like you have to call.
Yeah.
You have to go online, actually. You can't even call an order.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep, they come out. I love it. It's a great system.
Romaines too, I think. You don't go in. Oh, you can go in and eat there, but if you get takeout, they just bring it
They're
out.
giving it.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
We've been eating out.
Like pick up and PJ. I know. We had it last night.
You know the systems.
You're like, well, I know the server very well. I'll slip him the letter when we get our food.
I'm too tired to cook lately.
Perfect.
It's awful.
No.
No.
My
Well,
kids
speaking of March, it's like the 345th day of March 2020 today, so just haven't ended it.
And like the
All right.
longest decade ever.
Nice.
I guess. All right,
No, it's only been
so
a
we
year.
all have action items for the restaurant madness now. Small business bingo. Should we start planning that? Do you want to wait till March if we're going to launch it in April? Because I feel like we have a lot to do right now with the restaurants thing in the next couple weeks.
I was thinking
Um,
about it, Susie.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if maybe the small business, maybe it should be in May because we have, we're going to be ending March Madness in the beginning of
Yep.
April, and then we have our town cleanup. So, but we don't have anything in May, and then we go into the concert. So I was wondering, and that would give us a little more time to plan it so that we can really focus on the March Madness.
Right.
Then-
And we have Mother's Day. There's Mother's Day, there's end of year gifts for teachers. We could really launch on those for everybody. Because I know the businesses that I had that I myself went into for our last couple of contests were like thrilled that we were doing in the holiday season. To like, people were saying, oh, I forgot about you guys. So I think that would be really good because those are 2 holidays right there.
Great idea.
All right. So we'll change that to May.
Then if we learn anything that really was super hard or didn't work for the restaurants, then we at least have a month to know that. Don't do
Right.
Right,
small business bingo.
Right.
right.
Now
if
the town
any-
cleanup. Oh, are you ready?
Well, I
Or-
was just gonna say, if anyone says like, I wish you would do this, like, because we're doing it for the restaurants, if there's anybody in town saying, you're doing it for the restaurant, but we know we have this in the hopper, so we can always say, well, we are gonna be doing something, so.
Right. Okay, now the town cleanup. So that'll be in the last week of April. I've reached out to the Trails Committee. I haven't heard back. I know they had a meeting. I think it was last night, and I was on another meeting, so I couldn't hop over. So I've been waiting for the video to pop up. I don't know if they would have mentioned it or discussed it at all, but trying to figure out on a map where if they picked up bags from us and cleaned a trail and leave it for us, so we could add that to our map. Tower Hill was in contact with them about something else, so I was just going to give it a week before I contacted them. And I saw that the Town Garden Club is doing a virtual sale on June 5th. So I'm wondering if the Wednesday before our town cleanup is Earth Day. So I was thinking that maybe we could really make this into like a week celebration of the earth and clean, ending it up with the weekend of cleaning up for the town. And that's how, if we can't do like the breakfast beforehand with the pavilion with the different groups, maybe we can tie in and cross advertise with them and somehow get them involved. So if you have any ideas on that, now or later, just let me know. But I know that the schools are going to be doing things for it.
They're closed that week. That's spring break. for Earth.
Yeah, but they leading up to it, they're doing they kind of do different curriculum things that tie in with the earth and everything. So I was thinking that we could just kind of go with that. Tower Hill, the Garden Club, Trails Committee, there was something else. We need to reach out to the DPW and I need to get the sign up for the maps. So I think those are on the drive. In the DPW, I'm not sure who our contact was, but I'll figure that out too.
We still have extra bags from last year too.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
they offer bags, that's great, but pretty sure I still have some of our yellow ones up and we didn't roll them all from last year.
Yeah, and I still have about 50 rolled still,
same.
so.
How many do we know how many bags we think we have? I mean, it's always okay to have extra, I guess, but
I can definitely check and see if I have an idea of how many.
okay.
I want to say, like in previous years, we planned for like 200 to 300. From what I remember.
That we planned or we ended up getting, because remember,
That we-
it's like every year when we do it live, we always have to make a bag run.
Right. So I think, well, prior to last year with the yellow bags, I remember running out, I think we had planned on 200 and then we had made notes about going in between 200 to 300,
Okay.
upping that, but
And did one of us talk to the Junior Women's Club or was it Lisa? I didn't know I couldn't remember who had talked to them or not.
It was probably Lisa.
It
yeah.
was probably
Usually
Lisa.
Lisa.
All right. All right.
If you want, if you need someone to be your DPW contact, I can do that.
That would be great. Thank you. You'll be our official DPW person, Beck. That's your new
Yeah.
title.
I mean, they're
Or
gonna give me
DPW liaison.
they're gonna give me my new trees, so.
Perfect. did anyone have any ideas on what we could do to like, I don't know, we could make Earth Month or something. I don't even know. Any ideas? It's just hard because I had plans for when we are live, but we won't be live in person this time. So
Well, even last year was pretty much a success. I mean, spreading it out across
Right.
those couple of days, and it rained, I think, the actual day it was cleanup too, right? And we were still in lockdown. And it still worked out pretty okay. Still a lot of trash got picked up, right?
Yeah,
yes,
So
and it'll be earlier this year, so it'll be
Yeah.
more on schedule.
yeah.
So people hopefully won't be getting poison ivy and everything. It's
God.
not funny, but like that was the reports. We were too late in the season. So
I was thinking about the pickup because, you know, it's gonna have to be like last year where we're not gonna have the breakfast and the gathering. They're not gonna get their coffee and whatnot. But what if we provided everyone with the bags, waters, and like maybe like some coloring pages about Earth Day for kids, and then like
oh yes,
I was thinking, I don't know, but what if it could be too much money, but either like a hat with our logo because, you know, like kind of like a brightly colored, because that's another thing someone said, it's like kind of dangerous on some roads. Or we could just encourage people to wear bright colored clothing, but I just thought it would be a cool way to get our logo out if, you know, we
right.
Or like
could
bright,
find a way to do it cheaply, like.
what
some-
about bright t-shirts?
Or t-shirts. I was thinking sizes for people. might be
Yeah,
tough,
that's true. Hats are
But
here.
I
hats,
mean, the
everyone's.
garbage bags are bright yellow. We could cut holes in the garbage bags,
Yeah, that's true. Or
Your traffic safety vests.
right?
Yeah,
I would think carrying those bright yellow bags would be like a flag
Yeah.
enough, no? I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
But
True. They are bright. Yeah.
Like
do we
traffic
still have
safety,
more
like
of the,
safety reflective stickers or something like that.
Yeah.
But we could do a drop off like they did at the senior center, where literally it's like a drive up and here's a bag and it has your bags in it and a
Yeah.
water if you want it. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't-
Water, something for the kids. Cause like we really want to get more kids, and it's like Earth Day. Maybe it's something, you know, and that we've just copied.
What about like a bag of like seeds to grow? You know, you can
Well,
get
that's
like
cute.
for flowers or something like that because we're trying to, I don't know.
Promote. Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't they have like
Beautifying the
colorful things
town.
that are like
Mhm.
wildflower seeds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Like
like
that.
that.
Well, and we could, I mean, seeds, you can get them pretty reasonably in bulk too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we could.
So it's something we could also bag ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, we could get like a big bag of it and then
Yeah.
put it together.
Seeds, this is black bag.
Lisa, you're on that, right?
Yeah. Lisa, you can teach me how.
Listen, I can roll a bag pretty good, all right?
Yeah.
But if you want me to pour
Um,
seeds into a Ziploc baggie, I might have to give that one up.
No, I would totally do that if we had to get it in bulk or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well, maybe we could get the little paper envelops. So
Yeah.
it's biodegradable.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh, nice.
We can order them online or whatnot. And then we could, because we've done it before and we have done it, it was really inexpensive when we did do those bags 3 years ago, the reusable. We did it in line with the, when we
Awesome.
passed the legislation to go with no
No
plastic bags in
Yes.
Northborough anymore at the town cleanup, and then the concerts, we gave out those
Oh, the blue
baby blue
bags.
bags with the logo.
Yep.
They do make them smaller, like we could get reusable bags and put all of this in the bag, you know what I mean, with our logo on it. Again, you know, I'm really trying to brand us, but we could do it inexpensive. We could do those ones that like aren't as wide. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? They're kind of, they're
Mhm.
Put
skinnier.
wine in it.
The double bottle bag.
They're like
Yeah.
just thick, but they're like skinnier.
I know what
We
you're
put
talking
the
about.
bags, the water.
What
the
if we
seeds.
just did
They're
brown
coloring
paper
book
bags
or
with
pages.
a sticker? This is Earth Day. So instead of adding more stuff, what if we did like a biodegradable brown paper bag and put a sticker on it?
Yeah,
Or
Well,
a
that's
water
true.
bottle sticker. You know how they're like a sticker for your water bottle,
Mhm.
like for their reusable water bottle.
Or how about a wine bottle sticker for the wine bag? That one?
Perfect.
So are we
Perfect.
thinking that we're gonna be doing the pickup at the park like we usually do? Is that what or this would
I
be
think
for
it'll
when
have
people
to
come
be
to
at
pick up their
someone's house.
bag? It'll be at,
Drive-through would
I
be
think it
nice.
should be all bagged together by like committee members, like we rolled the bags, like we'll
Right.
make like tons of these packages almost, pre-packaged,
but still at like various pickup locations,
right?
like at our houses, like we had.
Probably
You think we
that
could
would
do
be
like a
best.
drive-through, like at Ellsworth.
Oh,
That's what, if it's outside,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. And then we could be together.
Yeah.
we
Because we
can, I
could do
mean,
it, because the parking lot already naturally goes and
Yeah.
driving around the
Yeah.
circle.
So we
Could
just
we-
give them,
Could you hand out like Chick-fil-A sandwiches in a drive-through situation like that? Does that fall within appropriate COVID regulations? Because I mean,
Not sure on that.
I know.
We could definitely check.
Like, because it was what the senior center did, Main Street Pastries, I guess they were
Yeah.
individually packaged. But even if we did, I think we could do some sort of hybrid of what we do in normal years.
right?
Have like an Ellsworth drive-through and have keep the bags with the cute little stuff in it, and then also even or maybe like I don't know, muffin or something like
I was
that.
gonna say maybe you could have like a prepackaged muffin that like
Yeah.
like
Um,
somewhere local could make them up, and we could just have them, drop it in the bag, or if they want it, they can take it. Like
Wegmans actually does prepackaged muffins now. We did them for teachers for ZPTO, so they're doing those. And that was like kosher. So if it was like approved by the schools, then I think it would probably be approved by the town
Okay.
to do something like that. Like, so no one's touched anything,
Mhm.
that could work.
maybe we
Okay.
just check with Chick-fil-A and see if that's something like that they would be comfortable doing. We wouldn't, like, they could be the ones handing them out when they
Right.
drive up,
The cow.
or the cow
The cow. Yeah.
could wear gloves.
Yeah.
But if we could get this closer to what it's been in the past, so it feels more, we have more of that community feel.
Normally.
Like,
Yeah.
even if it's just you can't get out of your car, but it's still come to this place. And then I think
Open up the back.
open up the back.
The back window, just shoot the bag
Yeah.
in.
I
You
know.
know it's gonna be pouring like the pumpkins.
Right, yeah.
Be like,
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, that's a
Snowing.
good idea.
Could
We're
be
outside,
snowing.
we're masked, like,
We collected the pumpkins, right?
Right,
And did all that.
the
Yeah.
tree lighting, we were,
Mhm.
mhm.
no, we were there, I mean.
And I think if it's a drive-through and no one else is getting out of their cars, then it's no different than
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we don't
like
even,
what they do at school, like the schools for pickups and drop-offs back
Right.
in the last spring.
yeah,
And we could still, like, if people weren't able to make the,
Right.
I'm trying to say,
drive.
the allotted time to
Make-
pick up the package, we could still have a couple of houses with just like bags. They
Exactly.
missed that.
Right.
But if you want the packet of fun stuff, you have to get it in the
You have
line.
to,
Yeah.
right.
right,
We could even do it while supplies last.
Yeah.
The super fun stuff.
Mhm.
right. Then people can come.
Yeah.
Bags. Sorry, all done. Thanks, guys.
10 down.
Yeah. And so maybe we should have t-shirts for this.
Ooh.
And a hat.
Well, maybe not. I know the hat was.
You guys want all this stuff. Yeah.
I will definitely have matching masks for us made.
Oh, yes.
Like
we
recycle.
do love flair.
Ooh, yeah. Butterflies are very springtimey, right?
Okay.
Sunflowers to go with the
Flowers,
seeds.
butterflies, yeah.
Yep. And I'll reach out to the conservation committee too, because I know 2 years ago they were doing a coloring contest. So maybe if
Oh,
they're
that's cool.
doing a coloring contest, we could, talking about the coloring sheets too,
Yeah.
having them there was what gave me the idea of like, eventually we'll be able to have like all the little tables there, you know?
Someday.
Okay. Oh, in the plastic drive, like how they had done one behind Kohl's, I think Westboro.
Mhm.
So maybe we could see if anyone's organizing something like that week. Because I know sometimes the town does a collection, but I'm not sure if they will be.
They did.
So if we could, you know, kind of tie that in beforehand, I don't know. Just to kind of expand the cleaning of Northborough. All right, so I'll get the Chick-fil-A info and check with the town as well to make sure this would all be okay, our drive-through idea. Next, we're on to, this is a very long agenda for us, summer bands. So we have, Pam has reached out to the bands. I didn't read all the emails that came in today, Pam, so you might want to expand.
I think I heard back from all 5 of them, and they're all pretty open. I think it was Playing Dead that was starting to book up, but they're all, for the most part, booking, and they have availability. Who was it? I want to say Way Up South, or one of the bands had suggested, because I had asked just out of curiosity, like, are you guys still planning on having your concerts like traditional outdoor blankets, chairs, stuff like that? Or did you have any other ideas? And he said that I think they're still doing the traditional concert, but they're just booking later on in the season and thinking that it would be safer. So their dates are booking up later, like in August, and they're booking into September, possibly October too. So I don't know if we still want to continue with the dates that we already have arranged, or if we should consider maybe doing that.
Going
Pushing
into
the
like
dates
September.
later, just thinking, I don't know. I mean,
Let's,
Yeah.
the only thing that I think of is Apple Fest. If they're gonna try to do something that we wouldn't wanna.
right,
It's just something that pops into my mind.
right. Or we can still try and stick with, our original dates and hope that we can figure something out.
Are there like non-refundable deposits we have to put down if we book them now? Like what are we in for or out of?
Right. Well, we haven't gotten that far. I just initially reached out just to see if they were open to performing at this point and what their availability was looking like at this point. So,
I mean, like in the past, they give us a contract and then we pay them, and then any of the concerts that had to be rescheduled, like we found a date for.
right.
Maybe are there bands that are more routine and doing like a Facebook Live thing? Maybe we would book them earlier in the
Season.
So if it wasn't safe, like that's a backup. I don't know. My other thought about bands, because Susie and I were talking a little bit about costs, is are we going to be getting like the normal donations that we normally get from people? Like, what are we thinking of for sponsorships? Because I'm just leery that given the year that some of these businesses and sponsors that we normally get a very like generous donation, and we do have money in the account, but I'm leery that if we go gung-ho with bands for the summer, we don't get many donations, then our pot's going to be looking like not great come the fall.
Right.
Where the bands is usually like where we get our bulk donation. So I don't know if that's something that we also should maybe look into. Like Main Street Bank usually gives us a really hefty donation. Are they still going to this year? Or
Right. And Lisa and I had discussed that a little bit this morning. So I'm going to be reaching out to the we're gonna get that squared away about
Yeah.
reaching out to the sponsors, and we'll start advertising that too, to see who is. Because there are some areas that are doing well right
Right.
now, so we don't know if we're gonna have new sponsors saying,
Right.
oh, they're actually looking for sponsors. Because we've had to turn down people in the summer before because of our, tiered system and everything, so.
Well, and I'm assuming we're not going to be doing face painting.
Right,
That's-
yeah,
Right.
because I was going to email
Face-
her, but I mean, could we still do the balloons or no?
I don't know.
I would say,
I think it's going to depend too on what the guidelines are come
Right,
gatherings
Right.
and stuff come, June. You never know what it's going to look like. Hopefully it will be,
Yeah, hopefully.
but I can't imagine it's going to be a free for all and there's going to be kids running around everywhere getting balloons and, playing with soccer
Right.
balls and beach balls, but we can hope.
Right.
right. Well, because we had also talked about even doing it with the car concerts,
Right.
Mhm.
like at the high school or something too.
Yeah.
So these are things, I know the Main Street person is new to the position, so that will be an introductory call and everything. And
I
Who
have a
else do we
feeling
normally
they'll
have in the-
probably- I have a feeling that these places will probably, they're not, I don't think, they're not like restaurant, they're not the ones that have been suffering.
Right.
So we may be okay.
It's like Carvalho and Roth.
Mhm.
Goswick Eye, I
estate.
think, is one.
Real
Yeah.
estate agents, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy Boyle.
I think the Mercedes was some.
Yep.
They were a couple years ago, and I
don't know
don't
if they
think
were
we
last
approached
year.
them. Yeah, because we were doing so well,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know.
The soccer place was one.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Best
best
Soccer.
soccer. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
I
there
can
was-
talk with
a
her
money
and-
manager was enough. Sorry.
oh yes. And then she switched to the tree lighting. She's at the tree lighting with Hot Cocoa.
Oh yeah,
Can't
that's
think
right.
of her name. Yeah. So we might have to look for more, because I kind of feel the same. I don't want to dip into reserves too much, right
Right.
now. And we usually also spend on a banner too.
Right.
So maybe we go with a generic banner. I don't know. And a smaller one with the dates so that if it gets messed up, we just,
Mhm.
because we don't have a banner with just our logo, right?
I don't think so.
No. I don't think so either.
Okay. So we have work to do on that and figuring out. And the website, I'm gonna write down right now so I don't forget. I need my website lessons. So the date of our next meeting is March 17th.
Oh, we're green.
Everyone in green.
Mhm.
And I wanted to put on the agenda a thank you to Lisa Hodge, because when I joined 6 years ago, she was always such an amazing leader and always open to new ideas and had new ideas. And even some of the ideas that she left with me are sprouting in my head for future when COVID is over. So just wanted to give a big thank you to her because she's always been amazing. She's been amazing for us. So
Thank you, Lisa.
thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
You.
I still have your number. Might not be on screen, but you're still in the background. So did anyone have anything else to discuss? Because we could make a motion. I know we're right around 8 o'clock now, so.
I think we're good.
Do we motion to close the meeting? Is that-
Yeah, we have to motion to
Like,
close the meeting.
Motion to close the meeting.
Second.
A second.
Okay. Unanimous?
Unanimous.
All right, thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hi, thank
Bye,
you.
good night.
Guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
John.
You're welcome.